I'm a Pokemon fan. I'm sure everyone who watches my channel and my videos knows that by now. On one hand, I really don't get into it and I play the games and get really into Pokemon in general in the way that a lot of Pokemon fans will. I've talked to Pokemon fans, and when they realize I'm a Pokemon fan, they talk to me for 30 seconds, and I'm just like, what? On the other hand, I've gotten I've expressed my appreciation for this series in ways I'm sure not that many people have. For instance, I don't think there are many people out there who've gone on. I mean, people go on location searches for like the house from The Exorcist or locations from their favorite movies. That like street scenes, like the steps from Rocky. I think I'm the first person to go on a location search for the Pokemon cartoon and actually find specific locations from the show. I think I'm the only person I know of who's done that I'm aware of. I own both Pokemon Black and White, and seeing as I've gone on location searches for places from the Black and White anime that in New York City, why don't I give my episode impressions for the anime episodes? I enjoy reading what other people have to say about episodes. Like, for instance, when I watch a Gundam series, I'll usually go on MAHQ and read the episode guide just to see what their impressions of the episode or what their thoughts of it were. I just enjoy doing that. I like seeing other people's opinions and impressions of things I'm into. Like I'm totally addicted to Mark Reed's, for instance, and so why don't I do that myself? I'm would like to. This is kind of experimental. I'm not sure if I enjoy doing this. I'm going to keep doing it. If people enjoy watching it, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just going to play it by ear, see if I feel like doing this, and try at least a few episodes out. Uh, I'd like to do the Pokemon Black and White anime episode by episode, give my impressions on each one, and then I'd like to do reviews of the movies too, starting from the very beginning. I'm not going to be using actual videos in it, that guy with the glasses on Nostalgia Critic, or like Pop Arena does for the Animorphs episodes on Nickelodeon, for instance. I don't know how he gets away with having ads enabled on those videos that are absolutely nothing but but copyrighted video from Nickelodeon, and they approve the ads for that. I don't know how he gets away with that, unless I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the rights to that. Not that I'm complaining. I'm just really mystified because I've had videos rejected for ads for just like 3 seconds of like a game being in the background on my TV, and he has like whole episodes. Anyway, I'm ranting about Pop Arena. Excuse me. I like Pop Arena, by the way. I'm not playing Sour Grapes and getting upset at him. I'm just sort of mystified. Anyway, point being, I'm probably not going to have video in my ads from the episodes because it makes a lot more work to do this, and I don't feel like doing a bunch of work to do these videos. I'm just going to talk about them because if I have fun doing so, so much the better. Then there's the fact that I don't want to risk getting my channel shut down, and and then Doug Walker actually has his own website, so he can do whatever he wants on it. Whereas here, I'm sort of restricted by the what YouTube will and won't allow, and what I may or may not get in trouble for. And I've built my channel up too far to risk getting it suspended over something that's really not the core of what my channel is all about. It's just something I'm doing for fun. So no videos. I might be able to get away with. I'm gonna probably have screen caps. Hopefully I can get away with that. And not going to be. I'm not going to commit to a schedule. I'm just going to do them as I find the time and find the interest in doing the episodes. One thing I'll do is I may or may not. This isn't a promise. I might do like have an accompanying site feature on SuperTrainStationH.com where I'll also post like a text review on a web page, because someone commented recently how I hadn't updated my site recently. It's not the site isn't complete. I'm never done with the site, but I haven't uploaded anything to it lately. I've been busy. I I have more than a dozen incomplete web pages. I just haven't uploaded to it yet because it's not finished yet. So maybe I'll do some text reviews up there to accompany what I do in the videos. So it's Saturday night. It's 10:15. I've got a TV dinner in the oven. So why don't I go and pop in my tape with Pokemon Black and White episodes on it, and maybe start gathering some notes for what I'd like to do for my first reviews. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Now, but first, I'm going to just talk about. I think now's a good time to do it. I'll just talk about my history with Pokemon and the Pokemon anime. I knew about Pokemon before it became known in the West. Like when Pocket Monsters, the original Red and Green, first started becoming popular in Japan. I read a magazine article about it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Too bad they're probably never going to bring that over here. And then the next time I heard of it was when the infamous seizure incident happened. In one of the early episodes, there was flashing lights, and it caused many people watching the show in Japan to have seizures, causing the episode to be permanently withdrawn. And in fact, because of that happened in an episode which featured Porygon, and because of that episode, Porygon's been banned in the not there's an official policy not to feature Porygon or any of its evolutions in the anime, which is kind of dumb because it was actually Pikachu's lightning attack that caused the seizures and not Porygon. And I see people joking about how Porygon caused the seizures. Actually, it was Pikachu that did that. I mean, what if that happened in a Jigglypuff episode? Would Jigglypuff be banned? Anyway, so when the Pokemon came out in America, I heard it was on. It was on in my area. It was on the WB at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning or something ridiculous like that. Something where I had to wake up earlier than normal before school. And the main reason I watched it because I wanted to see if I'd have a seizure. That's literally the main reason I wanted to watch it. And the first episode was either Bye Bye Butterfree or The Ghost of Maiden's Peak. It was one of those two. I forgot which one. I think it might have been Ghost of Maiden's Peak because I was really confused at the time because that one you have Meowth talking and we have a talking Ghastly, which is supposed to be unusual. So I wasn't sure if some Pokemon could talk and some couldn't, or if talking Pokemon were a common thing, or what. And I wasn't sure if there was only one instance of each Pokemon, like each Pokemon was like a unique creature, or if it was like animals where there are millions upon millions of different species. And I don't know. I just remember trying to get a feel for what this was about because I didn't really know much about it before that. And let's see, I started watching around either Maiden's Peak or Bye Bye Butterfree, and was it one of the Saffron City? Was it one of the Saffron City? One of the ones concerning Ash getting with the Sabrina arc where he goes to Pokemon Tower? It might have been one of those episodes too. Anyway, so you have an idea of where I started watching it in its first run, and I watched it. I remember in the morning that came on right before Beast Wars would come on after that. And before that, there was a RoboCop cartoon. They made a RoboCop cartoon. They made a cartoon out of an R-rated, ultra-violent movie that was infamous for how horribly violent it was. And they made a cartoon about it. And it's on before Pokemon. So you had to get up at 5:30 to see RoboCop or something outrageous like that. Yes, and so I have memories of watching Pokemon as the pre-dawn haze settles upon my little neighborhood. And then I watched up until I think right before the Pokemon League, I think right before between the 7th, right before the 8th badge, I believe, right before the Volcano badge, they changed Pokemon from weekday mornings. They show a new episode each weekday morning. They switched it to Saturday morning on the Kids WB block, and that was part of when I. That's basically when I started to lose interest in it to an extent because uh, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just didn't. Oh yeah, I remember why. Because I was out playing on Saturday mornings usually with my friends, riding my bike and getting dirty and stuff like that. The kids did back then. Some probably still do now. I hope more do than it seems like. Because I don't see kids running around my neighborhood like I used to. Anyway, uh, um, uh, basically, then the Orange Island episodes came, and uh, about maybe halfway through the Orange Island episodes, I kind of lost interest because I realized this was just filler for until the Gold and Silver episode started. And with that, so then when Gold and Silver started, or the Johto Journeys, this was called, I watched maybe the first 3 or 4 episodes, realized that wait, this is just like the old episodes, but just it's just so got so formulaic, I got sick of it, and I stopped watching. Then I watched a few. I watched maybe a couple of the Hoenn episodes at the time they were coming out when it was like new. Then I watched the first maybe I watched the Sinnoh episodes up to the first badge and kind of lost interest. Though I like what they did with the series in general. I watched all the Hunter J episodes of the Sinnoh because Hunter J is an awesome character. Uh, Best villain in Pokemon anime up to this point that I'm aware of. Then I watched all the movies, by the way. I watched most of them. Uh, I can make a whole other. I'll discuss the movies later. Then what else was there? There was. Then I watched sort of the. I watched like the last. I watched most of the episodes that dealt with Team Galactic and with Hunter J. I watched the League Championships where he got beat by that random guy who has like a Mewtwo and a Latios and a Mew and a Celebi or whatever his ridiculous team was that just like beat him Deus Ex Machina because we couldn't have Ash win a tournament. And then I watched that knowing that Black and White would come, and I knew that the Unova was based on New York, so I was interested in that.